on the new episode! Grah! You have disgraced me for the last time, Steel Samurai! The pale moon in the sky cries for your blood! Okay. I forgot that this part just completely autos. The moon? No, it is you who... For it will be the last moon you ever see! Oh my god, it's going so fast! See you in hell, evil magistrate! Whoa. What's happening? The warrior's swords gleam and strike in the moonlight. One has fallen, but who? Only the moon knows. Don't miss next week's episode. The Dark Messenger returns! That was a time. Glad we're back in this game. October 14th, 5:31 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. That rocked! See you in hell, evil magistrate! Whoa, stop waving that broom around. Oh, Nick! I didn't know you were here. Of course I'm here! What was that surreal show you were watching? What? Nick? You mean you don't know the Steel Samurai? He's only the most popular TV hero for young people. Young? Like, how young? 10 years old? Then what the heck are you doing getting all excited? Hey! I'm only 17! That's 17. See, I'm a teen. Not like you, Nick. Hey! Don't talk to me like I'm your grandpa or something. I'm only 24 myself. They're babies! Then watch it with me! He's really cool. And it's really popular. When they asked grade school kids what they wanted to be, Steel Samurai was #1. I really worry about kids these days. Gramps. Well, the Steel Samurai's over. I guess it's time to close up the office. I guess. Wish we had some clients. I'm surprised they don't. It's not like they're being blacklisted, surely not. They defeated the guy who was doing all that scummy stuff. A month has passed since my last trial. Mia's murder was the talk of the town for some time. But no one paid any attention to the Wright & Co. law offices. Oh, do you think maybe they're not getting any attention is because they rebranded? Well, but that doesn't make any sense. His name's getting out there. How am I gonna pay rent for this month? It'll be okay. I'm sure some big client is just around the corner. Optimism won't feed me, Maya. Go back to school! What are you doing here? October 16th, 8:14 a.m. Phoenix Wright's bedroom. Hello? This is Phoenix. Nick! Maya? What? It's still early. It's the Steel Samurai! The Steel Samurai got arrested! Huh? You mean the guy on the show? Yes! They're saying the Steel Samurai killed a villain. Isn't that what he's supposed to do? Yeah, on TV! Yeah, on TV. No! I mean, he actually did it in real life. He skewered a villain with a samurai spear. I have no idea what you're talking about. Absolutely no idea. Just come to the office, quick! Please, Nick. October 16th, 9:22 a.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. Mai's here, watching television. Now for the morning news. The actor Will Powers was arrested yesterday. Powers plays the lead role in the popular kids show The Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo. He was arrested on suspicion of murder. The victim was Jack Hammer, who plays the villain known as the Evil Magistrate. His body was found still inside the Evil Magistrate costume. The samurai spear was also found stuck through the body. Yeesh, that's gruesome. Police believe this was the murder weapon and are investigating further. This has got to be a joke. No, it's a nightmare! The Steel Samurai's over! The world is over! Yes, Wright & Co. Law Offices. What? Nick? It's the Steel Samurai. What? Yes? Yes, of course. We'll be right there. Why is the Steel Samurai getting in contact with her? What about my cell phone? Let's go, Nick. Go? Go where? They have the Steel Samurai down in detention. So what? So, I've decided. This will be our first case. Well, whose name is it on the building? Okay, Maya, it's mine. I get to decide. Well, what should we do? What should we do? How can you just sit there like that? We have to get down to the detention center and meet the Steel Samurai. Does she want to investigate this case or just do some sightseeing, I wonder? My money's on sightseeing. We don't have enough information to make a case yet. Just admit it. You don't have a clue what happened. No! We just don't have enough information! Okay. Oh. I've forgotten how to... October 16, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. He looks like a gorilla. What's wrong, Maya? It's him, in the flesh. Is that guy really him? What do you mean, that guy? Of course it's him. I mean, he was arrested. Will Powers, our client. That's him. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this. But he definitely did it. Murder. At least once. Maybe twice. Whoa. What are you saying? Yes? Something wrong? No. This is getting off to a great start. I know. You're disappointed, aren't you? Disappointed? Oh no. No, it's okay. This is the real me. When I got the part of the Steel Samurai with that mask, I decided I would never show my face in public until the job was over. It's the kids, you know? Aw! I didn't want to wreck their dreams. Oh. I guess it didn't matter. So much for dreams. I wonder what they'll think of the Steel Samurai now. That's so cute! wholesome. Nick. What? He's a good guy. I mean, he's good. Yeah. He didn't do it. Maya. Maya, we need to have a chat. Maybe you shouldn't be here, actually. Examine. Okay, I guess this room is gonna be the same as the previous cases, so I'm not even gonna bother examining. Let's just, oops. Let's talk. What happened? Maybe you can start by telling us what happened. Yes, of course. It seems like it was only yesterday. Actually, it was only yesterday. The cast had come down to Global Studios for a run-through. Let me turn down audio a little bit. We went through a few action sequences at 10 AM that morning. There was a rehearsal scheduled for 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But when 5 o'clock came around, the staff gathered at the studio. And the Evil Magistrate was found lying in a crumpled heap near the set. That doesn't look like the spear. Oh, he has a hole in his heart. Chest. That's a very clean hole, if I do say so myself. That spear has no blood on it. They took off his mask and discovered that it was Jack Hammer, dead. He'd been expertly skewered with the samurai spear. The samurai spear? Yes, it's a long spear that the steel samurai uses as a weapon. Maybe you can explain to me just what the steel samurai is. Nick, how could you say such a thing? I'm sorry, sir. I apologize for my partner. He's new to this and a bit out of touch with the world. Oh, I'm getting hard millennial vibes. Millennial and Gen Z. Hey, who's new to this? No, it's alright, really. The Steel Samurai is the lead character in a popular kids show. He walks the streets of Old Tokyo, fighting battle after battle against the Evil Magistrate and his minions. Of course, he never really defeats the Evil Magistrate. Although, I guess he did defeat him this time. I see. Old Tokyo? Who comes up with these names? Probably the same person who named him Jack Hammer and Phoenix Wright. Now, where were you on the day of the murder? Well, that morning I came to the studios at 9 o'clock. We worked through some action scenes until noon. Rehearsal was to begin at 5 o'clock, but I was a little tired. So after lunch, I took a nap in my dressing room. When I woke up, it was after 5 o'clock. I was late for the rehearsal. Is that the wig he has to wear? Does that go under his helmet? Didn't he say he never takes it off? I hurried to the studio and found everyone looking shocked. They arrested me on the spot and brought me here. So, he was sleeping the entire afternoon of the murder. Some action hero. What'll the kids think? I think I should probably check out the scene of the murder. Phoenix, you're not a child. Right. Global Studios. I'll draw you a map. Wow, Nick, let's go! I'm willing to bet $10 she asks for an autograph. Alright, well, let's go. October 16, Global Studios main gate. Wow! So this is where they make the Steel Samurai show. Awesome! Aren't you excited? Hey! You there! You want in? You gotta go through me! Oh. Sorry. We're, lawyers. Oh, yeah? Well, that's great. I'm security. And it's my job to make sure that gawkers like you stay out. Gawkers? Gawkers, sightseers, tourists. I know the type. You heard about the incident and you came to snoop around. Youths today. Something horrible happens and what's happening? Ah! Well, she's got a mouthful to say. That's for sure. Nick? Will I grow up to be like her? Please say no. I don't know. It's possible. Hey! Listen when you're being spoken to! Youths today. Let's keep her talking. She seems to like to talk. So, what do you do here at the studios? At Global Studios, we make children's dreams come true. In fact, in my younger days... No... You were a star? Only a little twinkle between the stars here, I'm afraid, dearie. Oh, wow. This place has really gone downhill, you know. But 10 years ago, now that was a studio of dreams. Hammer was a big star back then too. He was. Hammer? The victim dummy. The Evil Magistrate. He's been reduced to playing villains now. Not exactly the best material to work with. Can you tell me about Mr. Will Powers? He's not a bad kid, but don't be fooled by his mask. You wouldn't want him on the silver screen without it. Believe me. Little old ladies watching would lose their lunch. That's probably why he thought the Steel Samurai was his big chance. No one thought he was capable of doing what he did to poor Jack Hammer. We don't know for certain that Will Powers is guilty. Powers? Of course he's guilty! How do I know? I know everything. That's my job. What kind of person was Jack Hammer? What kind of person? If you only knew. Jack Hammer will live on in many hearts as the ultimate action hero. He was simply dashing in the Dynamite Samurai series. Should I have heard of that? But there was an accident during filming 5 years ago. He got an unlucky break after that. Reduced to playing the villain on a children's program. What's more, I heard they were paying him peanuts. It's enough to make you cry. I apologize for the accent I'm giving her. It's not even really truly an accent. I'm just trying to make her sound annoying. I don't even think I'm landing that. Why are you so certain Mr. Powers is the killer? I was standing right here yesterday. I was here from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 5 when they found the body. Now, the studio where the murder took place is to the left there. So if you want to go in the studio, you have to pass by me. Only one person went by here between 1 and 2:30 when the murder took place. And that person was Mr. Powers? Yes, I saw him. But Mr. Powers says he was sleeping in his dressing room. Oh, I'm sure he'd say that. He's no fool. But he was the only one that walked by. He's the killer. You can bet your biscuits on it. Isn't it about time for you to be heading home? There's nothing to see here. Move along. Actually, we're here at Mr. Powers' request. Huh. I thought you were suspicious looking. Show me a letter of request. And maybe I'll just let you in. This lady here thinks she owns the place, obviously. Well, I guess we gotta go back. Nothing else to talk to you about? Nope. We'll just skedaddle. Get out of your hair. Cause I'm pretty sure that he only gave us a map. Right? Wait, we don't even have that. I thought he drew us a map. What's going on? Where is the continuity? Hey man, give me a map. Hello! How is the studio? They all think I did it, don't they? No! Not at all. Isn't that right, Nick? Right. Not at all. At worst, you're a suspect. Hey, I need a thing. Mr. Powers, you aren't hiding anything from me, are you? Well, what? No, I'd never do that. Earlier, you said that you were sleeping in your dressing room after lunch. Yes, like a baby. But the security lady says she saw you that day. She says she saw you heading towards the scene of the crime. What? That's not possible. I really don't know what to say. I was sleeping, I promise. Mr. Powers, if you want me to help you, you have to tell me the truth. I'm new to this lawyer business, and I need every advantage I can get. I don't think you should be telling your clients that you're new to this. If anything, you should be displaying some confidence, Phoenix. Show some gusto. I know. I'm sorry. But I swear to you on my mama's grave, I was sleeping. Maybe the security lady only thought she saw me. What did she see? He doesn't seem to be lying. I have a theory that, like, who she saw walking in wasn't Will Powers, but someone who was dressed in the steel samurai costume. Maybe that's what happened. Anyway. About the security guard at the main gate to the studio. Oh, the security lady? You don't even know her name? She's terrible! She called me suspicious looking. Yes, actually, she's said the same thing to me before. Take off that mask, were her words, I believe. She sucks up to all the bigwigs at the studio, but let her see you stumble once and she'll never let you up on it. She's got some nerve. Do you think you could write up a letter formally requesting my representation? Of course. Powers' request added to the court record. A document proving Will Powers' request for an attorney. I just hope this'll get me past that security lady. Imagine we go back and her shift has ended. It's a completely different guy we have to deal with. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry. I just gotta show it to you, huh? Just throw it in your face. Ma'am, have a look at this. It's a letter of request from Mr. Powers. Yes, I recognize the bold, childish scrawl. Powers' request given to the security lady. To think he would entrust his fate to youths of such unreliable appearance. Really? Really? Anyway, you may pass. But only left from here. Towards the studios. No going to the right. That's the employee area. Ooh, we're gonna have to go in there. No one allowed inside, pal, were my instructions. The good detective told me himself. Oh, detective? Hey, Nick. Huh? There are maps in the security guard station. Wait, did she just break in there? Hey, not bad. Those are 50 cents a piece, thank you. Well, time to go, Nick. 50 cents! Guide map of Global Studios added to the court record. Well, let's move. Outside of Studio 1. Bye, lady. Hope we never run into you again. October 16, Studio 1 entrance. Hey! It's Gumshoe! Hey. Aren't you that murderer from the other day? Ah! It's that confused detective! Hey, pal! You know, Prosecutor Edgeworth is all upset, and it's all your fault. What is that chirping, by the way? I saw him sipping tea and staring gloomily out the window. So? Hey! If he's depressed, it's all your fault for doing sloppy detective work. He's hurt the guy. You're gonna make him run off crying, Maya. Detective? I think you hurt his feelings. Oh no. I'm sorry. Well, I think his feelings are easily hurt. You're right, pal. It's all my fault. I can blame other people all I want, but I know the truth in my heart. Hey, don't take it so hard. There's always the next case. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Hey, what exactly are you two doing here? Oh, well, we're on this case too, pal. Huh? Hey, you can't just go around saying pal like that. That's my endearing character trait. I'd say he's a character, all right. You wanna let me in on the deets, detective? So, how's your investigation going, detective? Well, it's... Hey, I can't tell you that, pal. Nick, maybe you need to be a little more indirect with your questions? Right. So, detective, mind if I take a look at what you got? What I got? The autopsy report. The latest version, if you please. Right. Sorry about what happened last time, pal. Autopsy report added to the court record. Jack's autopsy, time of death, 10:15 at 2:30 p.m. So that's October 15th at 2:30 p.m. Cause, pierced through the chest by a spear. Turned into cheese is more like it. Why was Mr. Powers arrested? Simple, pal. The murder took place right over there in Studio 1. Now, the victim entered Studio 1 at approximately 1 p.m. At that time, there was no one other than the victim in the studio. According to the autopsy report, the time of death was 2:30 p.m. Only one person went to the studio between 1 and 2:30. And that person was none other than Will Powers. Look at this man, solving things to the best of his ability. No one else, pal. If you think I'm lying, ask that security lady at the main gate. Nick, if that's true, anyone would think that Powers did it with that kind of evidence. Thanks for cheering me up. About the security lady. Oh, that sweet old lady? What a charmer. Huh? Are we talking about the same person? When I showed her my badge, she gave me a donut and some coffee. Remember what Powers said. She's a sucker for authority. She even gave me a piece of valuable evidence. What? What evidence? What kind of evidence? Well, that, photo. The photo of the steel samurai heading toward the scene of the crime. Wait, what is it? Was I right? What? Who took that? Also, there's a security camera right there. See the camera up on that gate, pal? Oh, the gate? You mean the one with the welcome sign? Yeah. Whenever someone walks by, that camera automatically snaps a photo of them. That doesn't seem like a really good security camera. Video would be way better. Oh no. Nick, he has evidence. We're finished. Funny. For someone with hard proof, he doesn't look too happy. What's wrong, pal? You seem down. Don't look so happy when you say that. We'd like to ask the employees here some questions. Sure thing, pal. Go wherever you like. Of course, you're not gonna find any clues I haven't already found. Well, I'm glad someone around here seems to be enjoying themselves. Nick, let's go! We've got a free pass to the place. Now's our chance to check things out. Anything more you want to share? Nope. Alright, let's examine this place though. Hey, there's a camera here. Oh, you know what? We didn't examine the front gate. That's the security camera. It takes photos of people going to the studio. All you have to do is look at the data and you can see who went where. There's a number plate on the camera. ST1307. That must be the camera ID number. Ooh, that's important. There's gonna be a crossing of streams with the camera reports, I bet. Alright, let's just... The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. Huh? Hey, it's locked! Looks like you need a card key to get in. It makes sense that they would want to keep out the non-employees. Well, does Mr. Gumshoe have a key card? Gumshoe? Oh, you don't want to share, huh? Well, I guess the only thing we can do is move back to the gate. Nick, look! That security lady is in the guard station, stuffing her face with donuts. I guess all cops like their donuts. Yeah, and they're soft enough that she doesn't need teeth to chew. Ugh. Hey, you! Well, are you satisfied Powers is guilty yet? Ugh. She had to make my life harder by giving that photo to Detective Gumshoe. Hey! I'm surprised you were able to inhale all those donuts and have nothing left on you. No crumbs, nothing. Why didn't you tell us about the security photo, ma'am? Oh, that? I just thought it would be more thrilling to talk with the detective himself. These things are important, you know. Oh, just to the left from here is the gate with the camera that took that photo. Yeah, we figured. We've deduced. It's my job to check the photos every day, you see. This guard station is in a central position. No matter where you go here, you pass by my station first. Now, poor Hammer. He went to the studio just before 1 o'clock. The murder happened right around 2:30, you see. The only one I seen go through here between 1 and 2:30 was Powers himself. The security camera got a good look at him too. We never did see the photo. If he's not the one who did it, I don't know who is. Maybe it was you. Good one, Sunny. She thinks I was joking. Was the victim Mr. Hammer a popular actor? Oh, he was the biggest star in the studio. Was? Past tense? Yeah, didn't you hear her fangirling before Phoenix? Oh yes. He was great as the bearded samurai. That too, yes. He shone the brightest back in the day. Making a star like him play the Evil Magistrate? It's a disgrace, I tell you. Hammer took it pretty hard, and who can blame him? About the security camera. Oh yes, the camera. It's automatic. It can tell when someone walks through that gate, you see. Then it snaps a photo. Apparently, it records the time when it takes a picture too. But I don't bother myself with those details. I just view all the photos on the computer over there in the security guard station. I check them every day before going home, I do. Care to share? Care, please? Let's examine this place now that we've come back. The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Hey! No touching! How do we get rid of her? I feel like all we can do now is just... Oh! Wait, but she's staring at us. Can we inch our way past her? Apparently! Apparently! October 16, Global Studios employee area. Nick! This is where they do all the behind-the-scenes stuff! Hey! Look! There's Powers' dressing room! No one's here this soon after the murder, I guess. Let's take a look around! Well, I mean, let's check out some stuff back here first, though. The remains of yesterday's lunch are scattered around. I guess they have no custodians, huh? Well, would that be tampering with the crime scene, though? Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. There's a T-bone on one of the plates, minus the steak. T-bone steak. That would have hit the spot. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a second stomach just for steaks. Actually, relatable. But desserts. Desserts for me. What? I feel like we'll have to buy something from the vending machine to distract the security guard. A window into the dressing room. The glass is frosted, so I can't see inside. Oh, frosted windows, huh? That means it wouldn't be easy to tell if Will is sleeping inside. But through frosted glass, you could probably discern a body. Like their silhouette, at least. And I think the door is the last thing. The door to the dressing room. It's not locked. Hey, Nick! Let's take a look inside. Maybe we can find something as a souvenir. Maya, don't be a creep! What do you mean, find? You never know. there might be something, like the samurai spear. That's evidence! We don't need a spear. And that's the murder weapon, for crying out loud. Okay, let's move in. Wait, we can slide here. We could slide. It's been a while since we could slide. Well, there's obviously this, but then there's all of this. Okay, let's check this out first. The metal grate on the drain here has been taken off. That's a pretty big drain. A kid could probably fit through there, I bet. Yeah, if you snuck in that way, you wouldn't have to pay at the gate. Well, if you want to leave that way, be my guest. Right! Huh? Hey! I'm not a kid! Yeah, she's 17! The grate that used to cover the drain. It's a little bent. I don't think it would fit if I tried to put it back on. Ooh, bent? Like, bent from a crowbar, maybe? And that's everything. Let's just shimmy on back. And I don't even think we had to do that. I think we could have just moved. October 16, Global Studios dressing room. Powers' dressing room. So, this is where he was sleeping. Or at least, this is where he claims he was sleeping. No one actually saw him taking a nap here, did they? Right. And there's a picture of him near the crime scene. Again, we didn't see the photo. I'm betting it was someone in the costume. I hope he's telling the truth for his sake. Let's look around. First of all, what do you have to say about the wig here? Because this seems so out of place. Especially if he wore a helmet the entire series. There's a vast array of cosmetics here. Oh! This is the wig he used in Samurai Boogie Woogie! Oh, he does have a wig. Nick, try this on! No. And how could you tell the name of a show just by looking at a wig? I, kinda like samurai movies. Kinda. Kinda, Maya? Kinda? So that wasn't for his current show, The Steel Samurai. It was for something else. Ooh, there's a bag. Hmm? This must be Powers' bag. Hey, don't open that. Look! An employee card key. That must be Powers'. It says Studio One. Let's take it, Nick! Borrow it. You mean borrow. Card key added to the court record. Does this count as breaking and entering? Card key for studio employees. Grants entry into Studio One. Oh, there's more. I wonder what else is inside Powers' bag. Stop that! My partner, the thief in training. Aw, she was finding some good stuff. At least let her take a look while you're not in the room. Looks like someone was sleeping here. Maybe Powers did take a nap here yesterday. There's some regular suits in among the costumes here. Those must be his own clothes. It'd be fun to wear one of the costumes. I'd say you were already wearing one myself. And we can't slide anywhere around here, so let's get a move on. I guess let's examine the entrance to Studio One. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. Let's go in and check it out now, Nick. I wonder if this card key we borrowed from the dressing room will work. It opened. Alright! We're in! She's way too happy for someone visiting a crime scene. Bye, Gumshoe! His chalk outline reminds me of, like, a Gundam. I mean, I know that's his costume and everything, and that's why it's so flowy, but The way it's laid out, it's giving. October 16, Studio 1. What is it? You're real quiet all of a sudden. Doesn't it give you the shivers, Nick? Oh, right, she is psychic. That white tape, it's so real. Well, the Evil Magistrate did die here. Okay, maybe she's not feeling any, like, paranormal heebie-jeebies. And the Steel Samurai killed him. The murder weapon was the samurai spear. Sounds pretty real to me. Well, let's look around, shall we? They outlined where Jack Hammer's body lay with tape. His body was found still inside the Evil Magistrate costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny. I expected a spear stabbing would leave at least a few bloodstains. That's what I thought too, but maybe the costume sucked it all up. I guess the costume must have absorbed it all. I'm glad we're on the same wavelength, Phoenix. Just two smooth-brained attorneys at work. Wow! Look at the camera! That must cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Whoa! It's heavier than I thought. Hey! You! No touching that! Sorry, my partner's kind of... you know. You know? No! I don't know! Who are you? Who, me? I'm an assistant here. I help with props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc. We're lawyers representing Mr. Will Powers. Oh, you're WP's people. WP? Oh, Will Powers. WP. I get it. I don't envy you guys one bit. But do what you can for WP, okay? He'd never hurt a fly. He has to be innocent. Don't worry. Leave it to us. And we can't slide around here, so let's go ahead and talk to Penny. Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder? Yes. I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see. Only one assistant? Yes, well, the studio isn't doing so well right now. And yesterday was only rehearsal for our action sequences. Oh, I see. In the morning, we went through the action sequences in the employee area. WP and Hammer were there, along with everyone else. The employee area. That's where Powers' dressing room is, right? Yes, that's the place. After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1. Then I saw WP go into his dressing room. But I didn't see either of them after that. Okay. Did you know that Mr. Powers was sleeping in his room? No! I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him. I mean, it's his private... What kind of girl do you think I am? Well, what kind? No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. Sorry. So much for getting confirmation of Powers' alibi. What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, then he has to be the killer. They even have a photograph. Sorry, I know you're busy. Not really. Actually, there's been something bothering me. Aha! That's what I'm talking about! A clue! A lead! Well, I don't know about that, but that day, just after noon, I sensed someone was here. You sensed? Yes, several times. Some other studio employees, maybe? No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled was an action scene run-through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside. Really? But wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't that security lady have noticed them? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I don't have any better information than that. No, thanks. That helps us a lot. Anything helps. Let's go put that security lady on the spot. Oh boy. So, you sensed that someone other than the regular film crew was in the studio? Yes, I think doesn't cut it in a witness testimony. Nick, what about the security lady? If someone else came into the studio, she must have seen them. Alright, we're going, we're moving. October 16, Global Studios main gate. What? You're still here? Really? You look as though you've seen a ghost. What? I saw that suspicious look on your face. I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1:00 p.m., correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30. Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times? Sure as can be. But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day. What? Are you absolutely sure you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am? Who was it? Who told you that? Who dares question me? Alright, you better tell me and tell me quick, you spiky-haired cretin! Someone's been complaining about the work I do, eh? We were just talking to the assistant in Studio 1. Her? She's not even a full-time employee! All you youngins are like that nowadays, running your mouths and saying things, and I can't even catch up, and something about respecting your elders, and millennials. Ah! She laughed. Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders. She's not wrong. What is with the random birds, by the way? The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer. Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Try it! Try it! Okay, let's give it a try. You know how to work these things, Nick? Looks like I just have to enter in a few numbers. Oh, we don't have those numbers, though. Let's see. First, I need the date of the murder. It looks like the camera turned on at 1:00 p.m. that day. 1:00. That was when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter the number of the security camera. Oh, that was,
2 hours later.
ST1, was it 307? There. Entered. Oh, wait! Was that right? Hey! It printed out the data for that day! Let's see what we got. I knew it! Huh? How is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Hmm? Something's printed on the back. Huh? October 15, 2 o'clock p.m., photo number 2. Where's number 1? What does that mean? Maybe there's more photo data from that day. Nope. That's the only one in the computer. Maya, how do you know?
You seemed quite surprised that I knew how to fiddle with a computer, and here you are going like, I know how to do all of this. Didn't you live in the mountains? How do you know how to work computers? How? Tell me! Is Mia telling you from above the grave? Is a ghost coming back to tell you how to work a computer?
I'm so petty. Powers' photo added to the court record. Taken at the gate between the entrance and the studios. Hey Nick. Can't we use this photo as evidence for the trial? Yeah. Will put that security lady in her place with this. Right, we'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said! Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Nick, you're craftier than I give you credit for. Why, you could be the next Evil Magistrate. Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke. So, are we done for today? I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Wouldn't have Detective Gumshoe presented this photo, though, at the trial as well? Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. Man, those pants are just dragging. Whoever this was short. October 18th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. So it's been 2 days. Edgeworth, our boyfriend. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. All right, Detective. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, you see. This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 o'clock p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then, after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 o'clock p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day. 5 o'clock. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? Nope, I think we've got the gist of it. I think I can probably remember that. So, Penny's the killer here, right? I'm putting my money on Penny being the killer. Because we did find the vent that was open, and she could have fit through that, go back to the employee area, you know, like things like that. So, the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Samurai spear added to the court record. This spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Oh, well, I guess we're not questioning Gumshoe. Will the witness declare her name? My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, see, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Witness testimony. Witness's account. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Wait. I'm not even doing it in her voice anymore. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since morning. I had some errands to run that morning. You mean getting some donuts? Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, when the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because A certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. You saw the defendant then? Very well, let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Okie dokie. Cross-examination. What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers. Observing, you know. Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job! I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Well, I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. 2 o'clock? You sure? Sure as spit. Well, who was the man? Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. Okay, and that just gives us that. Nick, doesn't she seem like she's enjoying this a little too much? Windbags love gossiping about other people's misfortunes. Can't she get her kick somewhere else? Let me get this straight, old bag. Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo-Old Tokyo. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that! I wasn't born yesterday! No one in this courtroom is accusing you of that, Miss, Witness. He's having trouble calling her Old Bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Huh. Nosy old man. Of course I have proof! What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised? The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me, "This isn't any good evidence, pal." He didn't even give it a second look. Wow. Old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Wasn't she being, like, all nice and stuff to Gumshoe, too? And now she's just so spiteful. She just hates his guts. Let's hear about your proof then. Witness testimony. The man in the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg, see? Clear as day! That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? So, he had sprained his ankle? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. How come we didn't know he sprained his ankle? Cross-examination. Trip and fall? Yes, and to think, he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So, Powers sprained his ankle. I helped to make it better, of course. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony. I feel like this is something we press her on. Because where's the broken prop? He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. His samurai spear? The murder weapon? Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. Samurai spear updated in the court record. The murder weapon, a break in the shaft, has been mended with duct tape. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Wait, so she knows he was in his dressing room. Less the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot. Okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me, which is... where is this Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. It's in Studio 2. I bet it is. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? I want to object here, but I have nothing to present. I'm gonna object. You can't stop me. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught in the camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. Witness testimony continued. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Cross-examination. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody suspicious looking. Right. What about before you got to the guard station? You mean before 1 o'clock? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy? Old Windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. Old Windbags have a way of skipping over important details, after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps? Rude! Hold on. Look at this photograph. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sirree, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. Yes, yes! And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Yes! Give it to them! Give them the numbers! Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually, I knew that too. Bum bum bum! What could have possibly given it away? The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2? The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Order! Order! Please, tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there's only data for 1 of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself. Me? You watch your mouth, whippersnapper! The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean. Can the witness explain to this court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy. Help. Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too! Whippersnapper? What's happened? Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai. Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. I see. Your testimony, please. Again. For the third time. Witness testimony. The other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it. Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Cross-examination. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy. A fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day. Is that not suspicious? Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in. Oh, okay, it leads outside. So not to Studio 2. They come in through the drain? I told you they were freaks! Oh, and? They're kids. Children. Whippersnappers. Kids. So, on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What? Order! Okay, so not Penny? Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Yes. Well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade, I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I'd think. It's quite heavy. Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? That's grounds for firing her. That's grounds for firing her if I ever did see. I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. We need to find the boy! October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Mr. Powers? Yes? Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? Also, let me see your ankle. How bad did you sprain it? Also, how tall are you? In comparison to your sphere, let me get these facts straight, just real quick, right now. I didn't go to the studio, I was sleeping, honest. So, who was the steel samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The steel samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone who would want to steal a steel samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. Oh, you're the only likely suspect right now. That's not true. That's not true. There's a child. Children, maybe. Boys. Nick, what are we gonna do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You know, it could still be Penny. Penny could look like a little boy. I mean, not in 2nd or 3rd grade, but Penny could look like a little boy. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claims. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order! Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed murder? I really want to say the girl. It was these... We're probably gonna get hurt by this, okay? We probably should have said the little boy just so that we have time to like look for him. But I just want to put Penny on the platter here. It was the assistant. The steel samurai costume was in his dressing room. She stole it, and in doing so, she became the steel samurai. So, you're saying the steel samurai in the picture is really the assistant? That's correct, Your Honor. I'm just so sus of her. If you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photo? Wasn't the Steel Samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot. Uh-oh. Bad feeling time. Remember the testimony concerning Powers' injury. Powers and poor Hammer were at the run-through. Oh, and me. What about the assistant? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. The assistant knew nothing of Mr. Powers' injury. She could look the Steel Samurai... Wait, she could look the Steel Samurai look... What? She could look the Steel Samurai look with that costume. But she couldn't walk the Steel Samurai walk. She wouldn't have limped. That kind of takes the legs out from under the case. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to penalize you as I warned. So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed murder? The boy, obviously, the boy that we don't know. It was the grade school boy. Why isn't anyone saying anything? Are you seriously suggesting the boy did it, Mr. Wright? Grade school boy kills veteran action star with spear. Maybe that was a dumb move. Oh! Wait, so security lady? We want to accuse security lady? Okay, okay, so the security lady. Okay, she was not on my bingo card. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Who? The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There is only one person, other than Powers and Hammer, who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper. Order! Order! Is this true, Miss Oldbag? Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you! Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Well, why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby! That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. Oh, he's done with her. He's just glad to be rid of her. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it, is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something! What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. Well, I guess we just keep pressing then. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? Yeah, she is a fangirl. You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. Indubitably. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute! What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy! The one whose photo I erased! He's only a grade schooler though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was at that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds, tops! Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Or is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elders day, whippersnapper? I have proof. We do? Proof? Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy couldn't have committed this murder. Is it this? Because it's heavy, right? That's what they said, it's heavy? Your Honor, the murder weapon was the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible. I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? Would you like me to elaborate? He's just taking it at face value. The Windbag. Speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. What was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this Oldbag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Wait a second! I'm not just gonna sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me! I'm talking. Oh, great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk. Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify, but you swung the little javel. Wait, gavel. You hit the gavel. It's over. Don't let her set the pace of the courtroom, Judge. You're in charge here. Witness testimony. My lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to accuse me, I am not letting them get away scot-free! Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the Oldbag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Well, cross-examination. Who were these people? Yeah, tell us who they are. Well, the director and the producer, for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. Especially with all the whippersnapper comments. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So, where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left, the path where the monkey's head was fallen over. Yes, Phoenix, yes! The abandoned lot. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but yeah, is there anything else we would ask her? I mean, there's no harm in going through it again. So they were actually in the studio. Yes, the whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came. I'll kill this woman, I swear it. I feel sorry for Edgeworth. Almost. She really left him hanging on this one. Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder. I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side. So you got your bonus and you still talked. She's hustling, man. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a break then. Your Honor? We've learned that there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer, some bigwigs, were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. Yeah, I feel better about that. I was thinking the chapter seemed pretty short, but no, we got her to talk. October 18th, 1:04 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Aw, really, it's nothing. Oh, or should I... We'll be going down to the studios to do more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for sure. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. I don't think so either. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. You'll feel sorry until she starts yapping. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right! We'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys.